Those wily coyotes live around here. Yeah, with that Roadrunner. Beep, beep. Can't really see shiznit, but there's a huge lake. It's all frozen up right around this area. And down there is my calisthenics park. All the way down there. Can't really see it now. It's too far away. So one of the things I promised you guys I was going to talk about in the last video was the some of the supplements that I take. Obviously, I take my essentials like, you know, the B12. I even do B12 injections as well, just to get that extra, you know, yeah, to remind myself of those needles that I've taken for 20 years. No, but realistically, I still have to take needles anyway because I'm a diabetic, so it doesn't even really matter. But some of the supplements that I use is vitamin D3, B12. I also take vitamin C, which comes from the camu berry. So it's an organic source of vitamin C, because from the 90s, they started to manufacture a lot of the, oh, I can't even carry my camera. My shoulders are burning. So they started to manufacture a lot of the vitamin C that comes from GMO corn. And the form is called ascorbic acid. And so if you look at a lot of the vitamin C supplements you take, it'll say in brackets ascorbic acid, which comes from GMO corn, genetically modified corn. And so what happens is, they used to have this study back in the 70s that the more vitamin C you take, even up to 10,000 milligrams a day, gives you medicinal benefits. Pharmaceutical, I was gonna say. It gives you medicinal benefits. Like, even it actually kills a lot of cancer cells. It strengthens your immune system like substantially, and a number of other things. You guys should look it up online. And it was this doctor that used to do a lot of his research with it. But at the time, vitamin C was coming from organic sources. And then ever since the 90s, they started to manufacture it because it was a profiting scheme to make more money for a lot of these companies that own a lot of cornfields, etc. And so they would extract it from their corn that they would feed to, you know, the cows and stuff that we also farm as well. So we started to take it, and under high doses, side effects like diarrhea start to happen, inflammation of the gut, and even calcifying our kidneys with, you know, kidney stones, etc. And so it started to become bad for you. But I can divagate to all that, you know, in another video. But I take my vitamin C source from an organic supplement called the camu berry. It doesn't even give you close to as many milligrams as vitamin C as these, you know, unnatural supplements like the ones that come from ascorbic acid, like 500 milligrams per pill to 1,000 milligrams per pill even. This stuff is like, I don't even know, it's like 50 milligrams a pill or something. So I'll take 3 of those, and then I take my my multivitamin as well. I tried to get it as best I can, pharmaceutical grade. So if I look at the ingredients and it says methylcobalamin, B12, usually that's the best form of multivitamins that you can get from a supplement store. So whenever you look at your multivitamin, if it says cyanocobalamin, it's not the best form of a multivitamin that you can get. So try to find the ones that are more methylated. So check out the B12. It'll say its form in brackets on the side. And that would be your best source, the highest absorbing source of multivitamin. Now, what else do I take? I take a number of other things that you could see on the last video that I posted. And one of the things that I do take right now, especially since I'm off all these hormones, is a testosterone booster. The one I'm taking right now, it's called Test Freak. I have like all these herbs in my cupboard as well that I used to watch this guy. He's a herbalist online, and he's told me to do all these orders, not me specifically, but on his videos, to make the best test booster. And he gives me a list of ingredients that he also makes in his garage. He owns a herbalist store as well, and he educates people to, you know, strengthen your bones, strengthen your teeth, certain herbs to do certain things. One of the things was his testosterone concoction that he formulates in his garage, tells you how to use it, how to make it, filtrate it, etc. And so I have all those herbs in the cupboard, but two of the main ingredients is called Tribulus terrestris and Dongat Ali. Now, those two herbs, not herbs, I think they're a plant. One, I think they're actually both fruits. I'm a little rusty with them. I haven't done my research in a while, but when I used to take those before I took any, you know, steroids, etc., during my late teens, early 20s, it really did a lot of benefits for me. I don't know if it was also the zinc in it, you know, the anti-inflammatories, like the things that support your prostate, as well as, you know, other minerals that were inside these testosterone boosters. But those particular ingredients I used to take in high doses at the time, and they used to do wonders for me. Another ingredient I used to take was, it used to be in the test boosters, I haven't seen them in a while, so I take an estrogen and anti-aromatase product on the side, and that was one of the supplements on the list that I had there to control my estrogen levels, to allow more testosterone saturation in the blood to increase its percentage and not convert to estrogen, etc. It used to be called Chrisin, and that used to be in the testosterone booster I used to take like a decade ago. And so I haven't seen it in the Test Freak, as well as other testosterone boosters I saw on the counter. And so I saw this estrogen anti-aromatase, I don't know how you guys want to call it. I call it aromatase, but I think it's aromatase products, inhibitors, to prevent the conversion. So when I took these products, like I said, it helped me a lot of the time. I noticed muscle increase from taking them before I ever took steroids. Guys, I used to lift in bodybuilding for 10 years before I taken anything that was, you know, unnatural. So I have a lot of experience in knowing what worked and what didn't before, you know, I ever took in those things. So I'm kind of going back to my roots with that stuff. And so I'm taking high doses of this testosterone booster, along with all these other supplements as well, including high doses of turmeric, things to clean my kidneys, even yohimbine hydrochloride, which is one of the pills I also take. It is known, studies have shown it to improve erections in males as well. I used to take it in bodybuilding because it helped immobilize fat cells, so that it gives, from what it says, it gives better body fat composition. So let's say your hormones are out of whack or whatever, and in males, their belly fat composition is kind of high, so they have like higher belly fat, and then they have less fat on their legs, etc. Women, you know, they have more fat on their, like, let's say, love handles and stuff like that. Those things kind of go down, and the fat disperses a little bit more in a symmetrical way. It goes more to the hips for males, less stomach fat, stuff like that. So you have better symmetry. But it also has been shown to improve erectile dysfunction as well as overall erections in males. And so it is an illegal product here in Canada, but you can order it off certain websites. One that I use is eBay. And so I got mine sources from there. So I added that to my list as well. I have noticed no problems with my erections after about 3 weeks taking these products regularly, especially, I also added horny goat weed. It also has some benefits to improving your libido as well as your erections. So I take all these things in conjunction, and you know, I've upped my cardio for the cardiovascular strength because that also helps improve blood flow. I control a lot of my diet as well. Try not to take as much inflammatory foods. I eat a lot more fruits. So overall, all this has actually really benefited me. My hormones are a lot better. From what I could tell, I have noticed no decrease in erection. And so the point I'm trying to get is, after taking all these products for 3 weeks, I was a little iffy on my second, third week, getting off, you know, the hormones, etc. The illegal ones, the unnatural ones, steroids. For about 3 to 4 weeks, I had a less libido. My erections were not really there. But as I stayed consistent taking these products, training hard every day, even harder than I did, even harder than last time. And, you know, it's been about 2 months. My erections are working really well. I definitely recommend you guys try some of these products, see how they work for you. So far, they're doing really well for me. I haven't lost any weight in my muscle mass. I was about 218 pounds when I stopped taking anything, and it's been about 41 days and counting, and my weight is like 215, 218 still. No muscle mass decrease whatsoever. I'm waking up now in the morning with my erections again. Mind you, my libido is not as high as it was on steroids. I don't think it'll ever be as high as it was on steroids. I mean, if you guys never took that steroids to begin with, and you take these products that I'm recommending, you're gonna notice your libido's gonna go sky high, okay? Particularly me, when I took a product like horny goat weed back when I was like 19, I remember I used to be so horny I'd get nauseous staring at people. I felt like I was gonna do something illegal, okay? So, you know, they definitely work, especially if you've never taken, you know, steroids and pro hormones in your life, and you decide to take these products. They're gonna just, I'm telling you, man, it's gonna work. But that's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this content. If you want to see more of me, or you want to see me naked, you can subscribe to my OnlyFans. Link will be in the description below. And always, I love you guys. Big hugs. And I'll talk to you very soon. Mwah!